What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. It is so good to see you all. I thought I would do a quick Friday night stream just to come hang out with the Splinterlands crowd in case you guys wanted to do some matches, hang out, play some games, talk shop. Shoot, what was I going to do here? Yes. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see. What is this? All right, cool. So yeah, I thought I'd come on, play some matches. Everything's quieted down for me. All my Friday evening entertainment and responsibilities are done. And so I thought I'd come in, hang out for a little bit. We'll see what happens. I've been having so much fun in gold, so I've really been enjoying that. In fact, why don't we jump into a battle here now? But mainly, I've been wanting to do streams at other times just to accommodate people on other parts of the world. So Friday night obviously isn't going to be able to happen every week. In fact, most weeks it probably won't be able to happen. But I was free tonight at this time, and I was like, you know what? I don't know when I'll be free again in the evening. So let me just hop in and say hi to the Splinterlands fam. So I can see Skyer is here. What is going on? Hello. How are you doing, Skyer? How are you feeling overall with things? Harry Larry McNary, what's happening? So, and Darkest Night's here. Darkest Night, now you know why I'm not playing Parallel. I've been getting a lot of messages from folks to do more alternative time streams and figured I'd jump in here. So let me see. I want to standard rule set. Those are always the weirdest ones to play these days. 53 mana is a lot. I think this calls for. I'm loving playing with Lily Shieldpaw because I normally don't get to play with her. It's becoming quite fun, I shall say. Let's see. I can just throw a ton of dragons here, I guess, and then see what happens. Let's see. I don't know who else to throw in. Standard rule set is just so weird these days. All right. You know what? I do like Dampier Infiltrator and Ruse. So we're gonna give that a shot and then see how things play out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh my God, Yodin. All right, well, I guess that's not happening. All right, so let me see. All them sharks, what's going on? See, I don't normally see all them sharks in stream, although fantastic to chat in the comments with you. But that's why we're trying to do some different timings here. You said go Zerial? Yeah. I missed that. All right, so hey, what's up, Rooney207? It was good chatting with you the other day. You're just doing your modern matches. Are you still going to play Parallel tonight? Didn't see the latest Town Hall, and you did not get a video out. I did. It was at Town Square. It was on Monday, and the video was out, I think, Monday. What's up, Liberty Guy? Your shark monster is just with a different name. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Really going with the shark theme there. This is going to be a problem for me. Oh, gosh. I mean, I have Sunblast, but for the most part, this is really going to be an issue because it's going to take me forever. But you know what? I might be able to really mess them up in the back. We'll see. Yes. Oh, nope. Never mind. Not as much as I thought. All right. Let's see if we can stick the... Yes, poison. All right. Ouch. But at least he still did his damage, though, which kind of sucks. Ooh, clutch miss. That felt nice. Oh, that's not the person that I needed you to hit. I was really hoping you'd hit someone else in that scenario, but that cripple feels, oh, come on, for real? Oh, damn. Clutch. How come the cripple's not doing any damage? All right, sweet. We got the poison in the mix. I think there's still a chance we can get this. Oh, well, actually, no, maybe not. Ouch. But you know what? Dr. Blight's about to go insane. Now, the only thing is I have to not get stunned. Oh, I didn't get stunned. Let's freaking go. Yoden going down. Get out of my face. Oh, yeah. There we go, baby. 5.8 SPS. No win streak multiplier. 10% focus card. 20% promo. Maybe for parallel game takes time. Well, hey, if you're free in the morning tomorrow, I will. I plan on playing a ton of parallel tomorrow. Probably that, and I don't know, maybe some Fortnite. We'll see. Over on Twitch, so let me know. Icy Flow, what is going on? Hello, Icy Flow. I really wanted to do a tournament tonight, so I apologize. I didn't have plans originally. And then plans came up, and now those plans are done. But I feel like it's too late, so I figured instead of doing a tournament, I would just hop in and hang with you guys. So 5.8 in gold, yes. So I have noticed, and again, my multipliers in gold are fantastic, and then I have a lot of decent. Oh, whoops, that's not what I want to press. I have a lot of decent gold cards and gold foil cards and promo cards that I've been using to boost it even higher. So you can see here with my staked SPS, I'm getting a 12.2, and this is about 240,000-ish SPS staked. And then on top of that, I get a guild bonus, and then of course any kind of promo cards, gold cards, or focus cards. I had a water focus yesterday, which was very nice. Let me see here if I can show off even more. Look at this. In gold yesterday, I made 9.3 SPS in this win. So this was with, I don't know if it was focus cards, but there's two promo cards there. Here's another one with 7.7, another one with 9. Again, 2 promo cards. So I love throwing Dr. Blight and Brews into everything that I can. Feels good. Feels good. How much is Diamond paying? I don't know in Modern because I don't play up in there anymore. I mean, I can probably make my way up there, but I'm just having fun in gold now. And honestly, I think I'm just going to have fun in gold forever because I think Diamond's just too expensive to play in. Darkest Knight says, let's do it. Sweet. Harry says, side question. When you rent cards on the Splinterlands market, not Peak, is there a % burn for the rent? I think fees are standard across everything now. If I'm not mistaken, Harry, I believe that proposal a couple of weeks ago is like fees are just standardized across the board. Doesn't matter. Just admit it, you're scared. Oh, I was scared of Yoden. Yeah, of course I was. I didn't think I was going to get past it, but hey, we're making it happen. Any news on Land or Rebellion? I just rented 2-star Lily Shieldpaw for 4 DEC a day on SPL market. Does any of that get burned? None of it gets burned from you renting it, but whenever somebody lists something, it doesn't matter what it is, they have to pay 1 DEC, which does get burned. Checking out the new land bill on Mav server. Let's go. The People's Guild is here. People's Guild. I'm still listening to your Nate Aguila podcast episode. I'm even listening to it on 1.5x, and I have not been able to get through it yet. So you guys packed a ton of info in there. If you guys are not checking out People's Guild already, please make sure you do. The #1 Splinterlands podcast. I'm pretty sure it's 1 DEC burn. All right, so yes, I don't have any news on Land. There was a new Mav build that was put out. But you know, since you guys are here with me on a Friday night, I'm going to share a little something with you. Now, I can't share any details, of course, right? But I will just say, just like Cryptomancer, I got a sneak peek at the post for Rebellion. And I got to say, I am super pumped. I don't know what else to tell you. I know that I've been kind of back and forth with everything, but I'm looking at and the thing is, Matt's actually talked about a lot of this already. It's just some of the finer details, but a lot of the high level concepts that he is putting in and implementing, I look at that and I'm just like, oh, this fixes so many holes in the sinking ship that is Chaos Legion. And I can't sit here and say that it's going to solve everything, right? There might be some type of exploit that happens and, people don't realize it, but it makes me happy to see the team kind of focusing in on some of the things that didn't go right in a past sale and really shoring those up in this current sale. So yeah, it's gonna be good times. I'm very excited for Rebellion to come out. I'm very excited for hopefully Land to come out maybe this year. I think that Matt said end of October, so if we want to hold him to something, I guess we can hold him the end of October. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Again, not from any inside info, but just we've been burned so many times on Land that it's just kind of crazy. So, yeah, I'll just say that. So Skyr says, but gameplay or all around stuff like print volume? No, so he does go into the game mechanics, which, like I said, I got to see a little preview of like a while back. Over the summer, they were like teasing some new ideas that they were working on. So he does go into details on that. It is very similar to what I had seen a couple of months ago. So that is probably the thing that I'm most excited about. And I think you guys will understand it. Hopefully you guys understand why I'm excited about it when it actually does happen. They have to get Land right. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. June was gonna be huge. I'd like to think that October can take June's place, but we're still missing two things that did not get put in, which were GLG as well as tower defense, and I have no idea what's happening with tower defense. So Icyful is asking about scaling pack prices. Again, guys, I can't get into details about it. I really respect the team and want to keep my position there. But like I said, I'm just trying to share the hype with you. Let me say this. If I was able to get a sneak peek today, it's because the post is probably going to drop very soon. I don't know I don't know when exactly, but I will say this. Actually, I messaged Matt for the first time. I had direct or DM Matt and had like a direct conversation with him, and he said that he's probably going to be doing weekly stuff with the community for a while. He wants to scale back the town halls and town squares over time, but he does feel that it's probably necessary to interface with the community a lot. So again, that's not inside information, that whatever, that's just a conversation that I was having with Matt through Discord. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another kind of town hall or town square on Monday. And my hope is that, he'll be on to talk about all the details with that. So, but again, I don't know. We'll end up seeing how it all plays out. So you guys should be finding out very soon. Yes, such a tease. I'm trying to raise up the hype level here. I know, I guess essentially I'm just taking Aggie's role at this point in time, which is not necessarily the position I want to be in, because we all saw how people reacted to that. But I hope the amount of salt that I have thrown around on this channel, which I think has been significant. There's been a lot of frustration. There's been a lot of constructive criticism, we'll call it, that hopefully you guys will, when I get excited about something, I hope you guys will understand that there is a level of authenticity to it, because it's like, man, even with all the stuff that has happened. And again, I'm excited about Rebellion from several different angles, right? As a player, I think it's going to be super fun to play in a new modern format. I'm not even planning on buying packs, or at least not a significant amount of packs. Again, I don't want to say none, but I want to open some, right, just for the fun of it. But I'll probably be waiting for card prices to stabilize and then just go snipe all the ones that are really important to the meta. So just from the gameplay standpoint, it'll be fun to see the meta completely shift, to dig into it and see what happens. And obviously the new game mechanics, I think, are going to bring a whole new level of fun, like, I don't know, competition strategy and all that. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And then on the investment side, I keep talking about, and again, this is not financial advice. This is not an investment channel. This is a gaming channel. But obviously, a lot of us are invested in Splinterlands. I keep looking at the tokenomics and trying to figure out, like, man, if DEC, if we sell this amount of packs, or we sell this amount of whatever, or burn this amount of DEC and SPS, like, it could really start to get the flywheel moving. And, even before Land was pushed to after Rebellion, I was thinking that Rebellion was going to be the thing that really makes this whole ecosystem take off. Because if Matt calls it, right, if we do sell 2 million packs over the next year, that is that's 8 billion DEC, of which we don't have any, or we don't have enough, right? There's only 4.6 billion in circulation right now. Whereas Land, I never thought was going to be the thing, right? I always figured, like, Land was just going to be the little teaser, the little warm up to it, right? Because Land on the whole is going to be 7.5 billion DEC, whereas 2 million Rebellion packs is 8 million DEC. And we all know that Land is not going to be anywhere near 100% utilization. So, it's just that. So sorry, give me 1 second, guys. All right. I'm sorry, I missed your comment here, People's Guild. You're referring to sale mechanics, airdrop, etc. Yeah, so it's gonna have everything. It's gonna have everything in there. He's gonna answer hopefully all of your questions. But he's already alluded to it. There wasn't anything surprising in there, in the sense of stuff that he's talked about, right? So the whole airdrop thing, let me just say this, with the airdrop stuff, they've completely redefined it, right? So Matt's whole goal of making people hold on to the packs and cards that they have, I think they've found a very smart solution to it. Again, I reserve the right to say that I might be totally wrong. Maybe somebody finds a way around it and it gets totally abused. But when I look at it through the context of Chaos Legion, I'm just like, oh, well, this does solve the problem of people buying, 50,000 packs and then dumping them all in the secondary market just to get all of the airdrop cards, right? Now they've found a way to kind of curb that. And Matt even said, again, this is all public information. Matt even said on the town square, he wants there to be less, or he doesn't want people to buy more than they need. He really just wants people to buy what they need and what they're willing to hold. And I think the incentive structure that they figured out for the whole airdrop mechanic is going to be, again, effective in doing that. Whatever the details are, it is what it is, and you guys will find out soon. But like I said, his goal was to do that. After hearing more of the details, I think it'll be effective. I think town hall should be reduced to 1 per month. I kind of like the bi-weekly thing, but I can understand if they want to reduce it further. I bet the team uses 2 work days to prepare the town hall. Work days that could be used better. You know what? So to your point, Skyer, I actually think we need to get away from the town halls, right? There's no more Splinterlands TV. There's no more need to bring people on there. I think that, like, we should stop calling them town halls. If he just wants to be town squares, if it's just once a week, or I mean, it doesn't even need to be once a week, but just like 1 hour, and he just comes on, does a quick update, just him, and then takes 45 minutes worth of questions. That would be enough for me. So yeah, I mean, again, we don't need the big presentation. I think I was really trying to go big with that, and obviously things are much more scaled down now. There's no need to bring all the different elements to it. Like, Nate doesn't need to be on all the time. Investigator doesn't need to be all the time. Like, it could just be Matt coming on to chat about where things are at. Again, maybe not giving dates out, but just putting, certain expectations. And again, maybe it doesn't need to be every week, but every 2 weeks, I think, would be a good cadence. But they can definitely scale down the amount of work that needs to go into it. All right, so Team Phoenix Rising. Team Phoenix Rising. Whoa, we have not seen you here in a very long time. Hold on. I watched your video about the missing DEC. If you want to clarify anything, why speculate? Why not ask the team directly? As a contractor for their music, you have access to them. That is true. That is true. Why speculate? Because why Team Phoenix Rising? Because all this stuff should be available on chain. And I wasn't understanding it. And I wanted to find other people out there who could help me see it without having to go to the team. Now, you're not the only person who said that. Should I be going to the team for all these things? I guess so. But I don't think you guys understand the relationship I have with the team. I can't just go I can't just go and like ask them and shoot them messages. Really, the only person that I communicate with wasn't even Nate, right? It was Asaria, right? And she would only reach out to me every time there was like a project. So I'll be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the team. I love the relationship I have with them. But it's not like I can just go there and it's like, ooh, super fun, and let me ask like casual questions on all these things. That's not the nature of the relationship I have with them. So hopefully those two things will help answer your question. So Skyer says that is 8 days in 22 on a month. What does that mean? I'm most excited for City Skylines 2 this month. What? Is this a new game? You think there's realistically any way we get a new CEO before the end of the year? No way. No way. I mean, so, okay, logistically, and again, this is not based on any inside information, which again, I don't have, but I would think that Matt is very focused, laser focused on getting Rebellion out and then getting Land out. And I think hiring a CEO would require two things. The first of which I think is capital, right? So I think Matt won't go out and hire a CEO before he's able to raise capital. Again, I could be wrong on that. Maybe they jumped the gun. Maybe Rebellion ends up being super successful that they can kind of, relax on the VC funding. But number two is it's going to take a lot of time to really vet people, to go through the interview process. Oh yeah, I mean, I would assume so. I would hope so. I would hope that Matt would take the time to like vet people and really go through finding someone that would be a good fit for this. Because at the end of the day, like, let's be real. And I don't mean this to like belittle the CEO, but when you had Aggie and Matt there, right? Aggie has one vision, Matt has another vision, and they clashed a lot, and we ended up getting like a mishmash of both of their visions. I would say that moving forward, a lot of people are re-energized about the game because they see that Matt is going to be able to put his vision in. So I'm not saying that the CEO is going to be a puppet, position for Matt, but in a way, it's going to be something where it's just like this vision still needs to be Matt, and the CEO needs to come in and be a CEO, right? He needs to execute what Matt's vision is, right? So he's not going to be executing his own vision, right, as chief executive officer, but he needs to come and understand Matt's full vision for this and then execute it, and not just do that, but like, convince Matt that he is the guy or she is the girl who will be able to come in and execute that vision however it looks. So again, I don't think that there's enough time between now and the end of the year if they're scrambling to get Rebellion done and Land done. And plus, like, I don't know, maybe I'm too out of the loop with the corporate world, but it's just like, I don't know how many hires happen in like, the last 6 weeks of the year with Thanksgiving here in the US and then Christmas and the whole like holiday season. So my guess would be, my hope would be, if we were to go through this, we get deliveries, right? We get commitments answered and fulfilled with Rebellion, Land 1.5, maybe even Soul Keep, as Matt kind of teased that. I don't want to get my hopes up, but Matt did tease that maybe it gets done before the end of the year. And then I think that puts them in a position where maybe they also get funding, but if not, by January, if all these things are out or close, maybe Soul Keep's close to being out, Matt can start looking for funding, then start doing the interview process once everything is kind of settled, coming back from the holidays recharged, and really trying to focus on, okay, what does 2024 look like for Splinterlands, the company, and Splinterlands, the game. So Icy Flow says no, I hope not. All them sharks. I think they could do some of the presentations when there's seriously big news, but don't just do them because there's a schedule to stick to. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, the town halls can be just very simple. I mean, they didn't used to be called town halls. If you remember, they were just weekly AMAs. They were done every Friday, and I think we can just do that, right? You can keep calling them town halls or town squares, but they'll just be AMAs. Some weeks they'll have 5 minutes of updates and 55 minutes of questions, and other weeks you'll have it where there's like 20 minutes of updates and presentations. So I don't think so either. I would guess Matt steers the ship until Land 2.0 drops. I hope so. Well, I don't know. I don't know why I said I hope so. Why did I say I hope so? Let me put it this way. I hope Matt doesn't hate the position, right? And just absolutely wants to get out of it. I'm hoping that he'll be able to get all these things out, execute his vision, and then bring someone in who can take his vision and then multiply it and find ways to execute on it. Rooney says, at times, those unwilling to serve may be the best candidate for the role. Example given, Yavamat as CEO. Yeah, Foyer is back in the house, man. All right. So Icy Flow, you need founders with a vision to build the company. An outside CEO would want to turn this into Web 2. Well, again, it depends. I'm sure there's a lot of, web, not CEOs, but just people out there with CEO experience potentially that will be able to understand where Matt is coming from and help him to build it. So Harry says, any idea of when GLX LPs will come out? I'm trying to see if I need to go ahead, unstake my GLX. There are 35 days of staked GLX rewards left. I want to get into the LPs early to get those fat early rewards. I have no idea, Harry. GLX, I want to be bullish on this project, especially now because Aggie's there, and Aggie's he's got a grand vision, right, of really building things out. And I think if you guys did not listen, I'm going to plug People's Guild podcast again. If you did not listen to the Nate episode, which is the most recent one, at least as of the recording of this video, I believe, Nate was there talking about anybody who thinks there's animosity or whatever with Aggie, Nate was talking about Aggie. I think he said something like people are talking about Aggie like he died or something. That's not the case. Aggie's just focuses on something different. Aggie has still a very important role because his role is to go and build out the kind of new venture side of the business that could potentially bring in tons of money, right? For not Splinterlands, but keep in mind, there's the Umbrella Corporation, Steam Monsters. And so I don't know when this stuff is going to happen, honestly. And it kind of sucks because I really want this game to be awesome. I really want this ecosystem to be awesome. It has pristine tokenomics. It's just how many people can you get involved and create demand for the GLX token, right? It's less than 1/4 of the total supply of SPS. There is no DEC overhang. So it's the opportunity is there. And they have a bare bones game, which I know some people aren't super happy with. I will admit that I don't dislike the game. I think that there's a lot to be desired, but you add skills in, you add hopefully a slew of other things. I'm trying to think of Splinterlands 2018 probably looks so basic, but by 2021, the time I joined, there was new rule sets, there were guilds, there were tournaments, there was all these different things that added to the experience, right? And hopefully we'll continue to add on more. But my hope is that GLX can get there too. We're in the 2018 moment for GLX. And so, yeah, I don't know when the LPs come out. I don't think it happens until after the game is launched. Rooney 207 says, perhaps the better option is the Microsoft solution implemented by its original board of directors. Invest in the training and education of its top leaders with forced annual budgets and programs. So hire from within, Foyer? I don't know who would take the role, but we'll see. All right, so Team Phoenix Rising says, how is our runway? Does the team have enough money to run for a year? I think the DAO has $4 million worth of assets. Can they just tap the DAO for money? According to Matt, cash on hand is about 5 to 6 months. That does not include all of their other crypto assets, which usually Aggie used to include in the runway. My understanding, because Bitcoin hasn't really moved much, is Aggie used to say that they are good in terms of runway through the end of 2024, as long as Bitcoin doesn't nuke down, right? So my guess would be, as long as Bitcoin is in this like mid 20 range, they have 5 to 6 months of cash and maybe another 9 months of crypto, assuming crypto just chops for the next couple of months or years. So Matt is obviously very conservative. I don't think he wants to touch the crypto, especially not be selling it or needing to sell it while it's at a low. So he's viewing the runway with just the cash on hand, 5 to 6 months. And now his goal is to go out, raise capital, and launch the Rebellion sale to help the team build upon that runway. So if we think about the numbers that Matt was playing around with, again, the number 250,000 is what everybody's latching onto, because the $250,000 dollar proposal that's out there right now, basically Matt said something like, the 250,000 that the DAO would pay to Splinterlands, the company, for Rebellion, would only, like, that's not meant to be like, a huge payment. It would only cover like a month worth. So now everybody has this $250,000 worth of expenses, which I think the team is still trying to reduce. But that gives you an idea of, okay, let's just say they stay lean, mean, fighting machine for the next 18 to 24 months. Again, I don't know. I'm just trying to give a long enough time frame. So that means over the course of a year, you get roughly $3 million worth of expenses, right? The team would need to make $3 million to cover all their expenses, keep the lights on, keep everybody paid and fed, right? And just keep everything chugging along. So, and that's just 250,000 times 12 months. So $3 million, that puts you in an interesting position, because now we have a target for Rebellion to sell, right? And so this is where things could get interesting, because you can quantify. And let me see, if I put $3 million, and the team will make, I think, so they're only getting half of the sale from Rebellion, right? We'll just say like $2 a pop per pack. So divide that by 2, right? They would need to sell 1.5 million packs. And so this is why Matt was saying his conservative estimate, right? His conservative estimate is that he does think that over the course of the year, right, that Rebellion will be available. And keep in mind, it's supposed to go on for like a year or so, according to Matt. So we'll just say, like, if it launches by the end of this year, it runs for all of 2024. Throughout the course of the year for 2024, they can sell 2 million packs. That's $4 million in revenue, of which 3 million are expenses. Again, that includes salaries, right? So that would actually be a $1 million profit. And then everything above 1.5 million packs is kind of gravy, right? Because now it's just like, oh, all right, the team can breathe, right? Because now that they don't just have runway, but maybe they can, I don't want to say like hire back some people, but maybe they do that. Or maybe they bring some help for something with Soulkeep or something with land, right? I don't know how they'll spend the money, but obviously Matt is much more conservative than Aggie. And I don't even want to say that. We're also in a bear market, right? So it's just like, I think if Aggie was in this position now, I think he'd still be, he wouldn't be as bullish as he was when they made a ton of money with Chaos, right? So at this point in time, I think, and yeah, I think the goal is to sell 1.5 million packs. Sorry, that's my goal, not their goal. Matt was saying 2 to 3 million, because I think that gives them a little bit more wiggle room to play with. But if we're just quantifying it from my purposes, that's the number that I have in my head. Luis, what's going on? Hello. Crypto Reaper in the house. How is it going? All right, so Foy says BOD Invest in training Yaba Matt to be its permanent CEO. Oh, it's easier to just train him. Much easier to train a founder than an outsider. Love and passion as part of the people process. Well, okay, so now I understand what you're saying. I would actually disagree with this though, Foye, because if he doesn't like, I know you're saying he's probably the best for the job, but I feel like if he doesn't want it, he's just going to end up burning out. I mean, you could train him all he wants, but I really think Matt just wants to Matt just wants to get COVID, be locked up in a room for a weekend and design land 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. I think if it was up to him, that's exactly what he would want. But I'm obviously just kidding, guys. But he seems to love the product design side. So I don't know what the other roles that would come in from being CEO or executive would be, but if he could find someone, maybe he just finds like an executive assistant that can handle all that stuff. That could be a possibility. Team Phoenix Rising. How will the team attract new players? I do not see marketing efforts from the team. No ads. Also, was Chatter fired? I have no idea about Chatter's situation, but I do know that marketing was drastically reduced. But I'll tell you this: I don't think marketing, and this is no offense to Chatter or anybody on the marketing team, Web3. I just don't think the only thing that's going to market this game is a freaking godly green candle. Granted, yes, are there some other games out there that do fantastic marketing, that get in front of all the right places and people? Yeah, but I wonder how much you got to pay for that. And obviously the team is hurting in that department right now. So I would rather us pump SPS to 5 or 6 cents. People see it and they're just like, what is this token that in this choppy market is going up 400%? And then people come in and check out the game. And when they do, they're like, oh, well, there's a new set here. Oh, there's land that just got delivered, all these things, right? So that's kind of how I see the game potentially growing and attracting new players. That's exactly how it happened in 2021. And I think that's exactly how it's going to happen over 2024 and 2025. The team just needs to execute. Let's see. All them sharks. If they're trying to put in mechanics to remove the incentive to buy more packs for the airdrops, wouldn't that equate to far fewer packs sold than previous sets? Yes, in a way, but that's, again, Matt said publicly in the town square, that's kind of his goal. Again, not to sell fewer packs overall, but he doesn't want them to be dumped on the marketplace in the way that they were for Chaos Legion, right? Because people went crazy at the beginning, and then there were 2 like huge bulk sales for Splinterfest and then end of the year. And I think this is why he's looking at this and saying, I think Chaos, we sold like 12 million packs. And for Matt at this point, he's like 2 to 3 million packs will be enough, right? They're going to set the bar high, so it leaves the door open in case players do come in. But, for the most part, it's going to be keep the value low. And I'll tell you this, with all the mechanics that they have going into place, right? The airdrop mechanics, and I think the desirability of Rebellion cards, my guess is you're going to get people buying packs because they want to gamble. And when I say gamble, I mean that in a positive way, right? Where it's like the estimated value of these packs, because card liquidity might be very low because people are either staking their packs or they are using their cards. Again, how many people, if everybody goes out and just buys what they need, what does that mean? There's no cards on the rental market, right? And there's no cards on the secondary market, or just the market, I should say. So if you want to get new cards, you have to go in and buy packs, right? So again, I'll just talk from like my perspective. For example, I'm not planning on buying a ton of packs at the beginning necessarily. I'll buy a couple to open. I want to see how the market stabilizes itself and finds some kind of equilibrium over the next couple of weeks and months after the release. But let's say everything is just so scarce that if you open a gold foil legendary card, it goes on the market for like $500 and people are willing to pay that price for it because it's just that rare. All of a sudden the pack value goes up. All of a sudden I'm looking at this and I'm saying, well, hey, these cards are so scarce. The pack estimated value is at $8 and I can buy a pack for $4. Yeah, I'm going to buy 100 packs and gamble, right? And then sell some and keep some. And I'm not going to be the only one that does that. You're going to have a lot of investors that do that, right? And people that try to play the numbers on a large enough scale, right? The more packs you end up opening, the better your odds are of like hitting that estimated pack value on average per pack. So I think that, again, it'll help to keep prices high, card values high, or at least maintained relatively well. And if Matt is thinking that, hey, they only need to sell 2 million packs in order to be successful, I look at that and I'm just like, yeah, it's possible. I think it is possible to sell 2 million packs. Again, I've talked with several folks. In fact, somebody just reached out to me today because I've been saying, like, who's buying packs? Like, why would anybody buy packs? And someone reached out to me today. He's like, I just want to let you know I'm planning to buy 10,000 packs, and I'm not the only one. And I'm like, okay, so we have a couple of folks already that are going to buy, I don't know, 50,000 packs at this point. So at that point, and I've already talked with several folks here on the channel about this, and there's 2,000 packs I'm going to buy here, 1,000 packs here, 500 packs here. I wouldn't be surprised if we sell a couple 100,000 packs just for the pre-sale, and then we see where the market kind of dictates the value from there. Harry says Rebellion will sell out, but it'll be near the end of 2024. The SPS bull run will start running spring, summer 24. Packs will fly off the shelf. I hope so. I am quite excited about the prospect of the Bitcoin having being somewhat front run next year. Not in the way that I'm like, we're going to top off before the Bitcoin halving, but it's just like people understand the cycles now. And I wonder how many people are just going to start accumulating earlier than they normally do, right? In fact, Bitcoin is up 65% on the year, which is kind of incredible when you think about it, because it's beating out a ton of other assets. So even with all the FUD, even with all the craziness happening around the world, it's not going down, right? That doesn't mean that there can't be a black swan event, we get another banking crisis, whatever. But we've seen whenever a bank fails, Bitcoin goes up because people get it. More people understand. So between now and April, it's not that I'm saying I expect Bitcoin to like start shooting to the moon, but I don't think that, I think that there's going to be way more diamond hands. We'll call it that, right? People who like are just like, oh, Bitcoin dropped a little bit, but we're so close to the halving now. And I get it, right? I've seen 2 cycles. I've seen 3 cycles. I understand what's going on. I'm just going to hold. In fact, you know what? I'm going to buy the dip. And if you get enough people doing that, I mean, I think we're hitting like a near all-time low of Bitcoin on exchanges. Like this thing, again, I'm not trying to be overly bullish here, although please understand, I'm a Bitcoin maxi and a perma bull when it comes to Bitcoin long term. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing totally pops. And of course I want it to pop, but we'll see what happens. Probably contract. Oh, and sorry, to finish my thought for you, Harry, if that happens, even if the rest of the market is crazy, I was talking to Darkest Night about this earlier, where I'm just like, I think people are going to be desperate. Inflation is high. Things are just not fantastic all around. Other investments, I'm a little worried about, the debt bubble that we're in. Real estate's going to get affected. I think there's a bond crisis. I think that there's going to be, some other issues in other asset classes, credit card debt, student debt here in the US. So I think people will be desperate. And I think if Bitcoin starts to pop off, as it should, as a, potential reserve asset, you will see people looking at what's the next meme coin, what's the next doggy coin, what's the next gaming coin that I can try to make a quick 5x on, because I'd rather put my money into this and see if I can get food on the table for my family than just throwing it into the S&P 500, which can't even keep up with inflation. And that's not a good financial move. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that I think desperation is going to kick in. And I think a lot of that will see itself in the crypto market. And then to your point here, that could be a lot of people speculating on games like Splinterlands, thinking that, hey, Matt's done a good job of preserving value for the Rebellion sale so far, right? Let's say we get a couple months in and card values aren't tanking. You could see a lot of people that see that as again, they could even be not new players, but just regular players who've been here and are like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to buy another 1,000 packs or 2,000 packs because I know that these cards are going to hold their value. Again, I'm not saying that's the right move. I just think that speculation is going to be at an all-time high because of desperation. Icy Flow says they'll probably contract an outside company to market when needed. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Foye says, yeah, but Matt will always be disappointed with an outside CEO. Listen to some of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. Jeff Bezos interview about realized CEO qualities and value. Again, I wouldn't mind if Matt stays on as CEO indefinitely, as long as he's not unhappy, right? Like, I don't want the dude to like hate his day as soon as he wakes up, hate his life, hate his job. If he can, if he can steer the company in a position where it's good for him and he's maybe able to delegate a lot of the duties that he doesn't want to do to an assistant or to someone else. Yeah, I have nothing against that. So Liberty Guy says, what actually got marketed over the last year? I mean, we had some partnerships and such. Team Phoenix Rising, what is causing the delay for land? Why is it so hard to implement? It's been 2 years. Keep in mind, Farbertrad's already said this. He didn't start working on land until September of last year. So there were a lot of promises without any actual action behind them, which, doesn't feel good. But it's only been being worked on since September of last year. Just keep that in mind. So it hasn't been 2 years. The delay is because it's probably one of the biggest things that they have done. They just cut their staff. And oh shoot, guys, give me 1 second. I gotta take this call. But it shouldn't be more than like a couple minutes. Give me 1 second. So maybe go to the bathroom or something. All right, really sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you all were able to grab something to drink, eat, take a piss. I don't know. So hopefully that answers your question, Team Phoenix Rising, on why the delay for land. Again, I don't know. I'm not a coder. I don't know what's going on there, but I am just as frustrated as you. I'm not trying to make excuses for the team by any means. It's disappointing. And I don't think that them putting out a subpar product will be effective in terms of retaining players. Let's put it that way. So as frustrated as we all are, having to wait for a working product is just what we're going to have to do. CL presale was the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Crypto Reaper. Oh, wait. Were you one of the top 6? I'm sorry, man, if that was the case. All right, so Foya, I agree. With a little taste of power and something to defend, he will grow into the role. All right, so Team Phoenix Rising, what has happened to the rental market? Why are rentals so low, and why is it hard to rent out level 1 cards, which are common and rare? Well, we eliminated a lot of the bots in modern format, and just bots overall, and a lot of players have left the game, so there's way too many cards for the current player base. So Blockchain Project says, as a soon-to-be LAN player, I have no interest so far in Rebellion because of the 0.5 multiplier. Yeah, so I've said this several times, and again, it comes across as cope, but I think objectively speaking, the card inflation from Rebellion, I think, is irrelevant to land. I cannot imagine anybody, even if Rebellion was a 1.0 multiplier, the same as Chaos Legion, I cannot imagine anybody buying, brand new and probably priced at a premium Rebellion cards and then putting those on land for any reason. It just does not make sense if you can get the equivalent out there on Chaos Legion, especially like $1 packs, $3 legendaries. It just doesn't make sense. So far, I'm not too worried about it. And I think, again, if Matt is effective in how he's trying to preserve value for the cards throughout the life of the set, we may never see it be competitive to Chaos Legion, right? If like this is, I made a video a while back talking about how Chaos Legion is the land set, right? Like every future set from here on out, if they can solve the problem of not overprinting packs, which I think Rebellion will be a good experiment to see. If they can solve that, then Chaos Legion is going to be the land set. Land is going to require most of the cards on Chaos Legion. It's going to eat up most of the cards from Chaos Legion, the reward set, the core set, all of it. Obviously, as we get more cards out there, then sure, maybe somebody's going to want to replace their Hardy Stonefish with a gold foil legendary card from Rebellion. But I don't think that happens until it gets a little bit more affordable. Again, and that could be like 6 months down the road. That could be like 6 months into 2024 even. Who knows? Crypto Ripper, Untamed presale was amazing for me. Vouchers were the worst. What was it? Can you just give us your story? Did you have to buy a ton of vouchers? Is that what it was? All right, so Icyflow says the best time to buy Bitcoin is usually at the beginning of the year. I don't disagree. I mean, the best time to buy it is like every day a little bit. Just DCA. Team Phoenix Rising says, what's wrong with SPS? It only wants to decouple when Bitcoin goes up. When Bitcoin goes down, SPS goes down as well. That's not true. We did decouple from Bitcoin in July. As soon as we got the SPS staking requirement, followed by the bot ban, we did see SPS go from 1.5 to 2.5 cents. Bitcoin didn't do anything at that time. That was a 40% gain for SPS. So I will disagree with that. Obviously, we are still subject to how the market goes. But at the end of the day, SPS for the most part is decoupled. And most of the time in a bad way, right? Because we just have way too much of it. Way too much of it in the ecosystem. But let's see how much SPS we can burn if we start eating through all of that DEC. Should be exciting. Harry says, did you see that? Or did you see where Microsoft Xbox was involved in a lawsuit? And one of the things that got leaked in the document submitted was the fact that there'd be a crypto. Yes, I did see that. I thought about covering that in a video here, but I didn't dig into it much further. Again, I mean, this stuff is happening. Crypto adoption is happening like across all sectors, right? So it's just happening slower than I think people would like. But I wouldn't be surprised to see big tech really getting into crypto. We'll probably end up seeing an Apple wallet that has some kind of like crypto based or Bitcoin based, whatever. I would bet that we'd see that before the end of the decade, right? Maybe not in this upcoming cycle, but the cycle after, right? Because Apple's usually late. But maybe some other phones or other carriers adopt that earlier. I'm talking about like a native wallet, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Facebook has been trying to do, or Meta has been trying to do stuff with crypto for a long time. And, they tried with Libra first. It didn't really happen. They have something else going on right now. But I think ultimately they'll figure out a way to interact with, the metaverse and crypto, which still allows them to keep control, but, or options for. All right. Phoenix says altcoin market is down 99%. SPS is on par. True. We are seeing a lot of Bitcoin dominance starting to rise recently. So just what happens in a bear market. All right. So Unknown 34 says, expect land will be delayed significantly, like 2Q or 3 of next year. Why? There's no funds, game developers to work in that project. Yeah. Are you talking about land 1.5? Like if they delay 1.5 to like next year or like Q2 of next year, I mean, I don't know. At a certain point, I have to imagine landholders are just gonna give up, right? Like I'm not a major landholder, so I don't really care. Like I get 3 plots. It's gonna be whatever when it comes out. To your point, I can always see, or I can see there being a delay on all the features that we wanted in terms of like, items and spells, all these resources. They have 2.0 slated for Q1 of next year. And even before the layoffs happened, I was like, there's no way that that's going to happen, right? It's just too much. Like, and then the layoffs happened and here we are still with no land. We don't even have land 1.5, but in a way, I'm hoping that once Rebellion is out, Farpetrad is working on land. I believe him when he says they've gotten a lot of the core code, the foundation down. What that means in terms of adding, another 47 resources and buildings and all these different things that they're trying to do. I don't know. Again, I don't know from a coding perspective what that looks like, but I'll tell you this, from a QA perspective, it's probably going to be an absolute nightmare, right? Because look at how long QA is taken for just 1.5. So I can see that stuff still getting delayed out. But as I was saying to Matt's point earlier, or to Matt's point on a previous town hall, there might not even be a 2.0 in the sense of what we understand it right now. Or what I mean by that is like, we're going to get iterative land updates. So it's not going to be like 1.5 drops and then we don't hear anything about land or see anything about land until 2.0, 6 months to 8 months later, whatever it is. I was saying that I wanted this, and then Matt kind of confirmed it on the town hall, saying that like what they're going to do with land moving forward is like whenever they have something ready to go, they're going to update it, right? So it sounds like 1.6, which is supposed to have the automated market maker, right? The liquidity pool for DEC and grain. When that's ready to go, they're going to ship it. When the prefix titles are ready to go, they're going to ship it, right? I don't know if that means like, hey, the buildings aren't ready yet, but if the resources are ready, we're going to ship it. There might still need to be like a 2.0 that actually goes live. When that happens, I have no idea. Team Phoenix Rise says, you always seem to have ideas on your videos, and some are from guests like Darkest Night. Why can't you get these good suggestions to the team and maybe help them get ideas? I try to give suggestions wherever I can. And here's the thing, it's not just me. Let's be real. There's a lot of great conversation happening across multiple areas, right? People are giving suggestions and ideas on Twitter. People are giving suggestions on Peak D. People are giving suggestions on Discord and Mav Chat. So, that's, I would say that Mav Chat is where it seems most of the team spends their time, right? Especially like Nate, Cryptomancer. So if an idea is ever going to really take off, I think, the idea has to be so good that it gets adopted as a discussion, as a topic of discussion there. So what I try to do with a lot of the video ideas here is just spark that discussion. Just try to see like, I want people to poke holes in it. I want to see if it's worthy of pushing forward in any specific way. But for the most part, a lot of ideas, whether it's me or others, videos or comments get posted in Mav Chat and people discuss it, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Did you ever feed that cat that kept interrupting your other videos? Yeah, I did. That was back at my parents' place in Chicago. Also, he doesn't do that because he's hungry. I was visiting my parents, and he's just waiting for my dad to get back from work. So he does that literally every day. It's so annoying. So Icy Flow says, Phoenix, watch the last Town Square and Town Halls. Things are changing. Yeah, agreed. I don't know any CEO that loves the position. They love the power, wealth, influence, and exposure. They all hit the job, and it's competing interest. True. Team Phoenix, what do you actually do? Do you have a day job, or do you just YouTube? I just YouTube. No, I mean, I make music primarily, but I've been spending way more time on YouTube because it's a lot of fun. Uncle Matt makes us rich now. Uncle Matt doesn't have the same ring to it. I'm gonna have to kind of come up with a different one. What's up? I thrive on salt. 100%. You bought 27,000 vouchers. Oh, weren't those all $25 a pop at the time? I don't think we're gonna ever see a $25 voucher ever again. I mean, I'd be shocked. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, a lot of the things that they've been pricing vouchers at recently, right? The Soulbound cards, DECB. There was something else I thought that they put out too. Like, a lot of it is like at 20 cents per voucher, which kind of sucks because at the same time, like, you could take $3 off a pack of Soul Keep or the Nightmare packs when that was out for a voucher. So you had like 20 cents and then $3. And then I think right now the tier or the tranche that we're in for node licenses is $5. So they just have like this weird scaling range for a value, which I don't know. It's just I wish we could just get rid of them, or at the very least try to reduce the emissions, I guess. Harry says, hey, everyone, hit that thumbs up. Oh, well, yes. Thank you, Harry. If you guys aren't doing anything with your hands, specifically your fingers, maybe your thumbs, yeah, I'd appreciate it. Team Phoenix Rising. SPS is at all-time lows. Card values have tanked, and many people have been laid off. Yet Dwayne Cunningham is still bullish on the game. What substance is he on? Oh, I forgot how much you love Dwayne. You watch his videos. See, you stopped watching my videos, but you kept watching his because you love that hopium. Microsoft wants to mine Bitcoin on your Xbox. Maybe that could happen. Remember the video about $100 SPS? No. Are you talking about Dwayne? I mean, I wouldn't say no to $100 SPS. I just don't see the route in which we get there in my lifetime. I'm still bullish. This is my first bear market. Agreed. Team Phoenix, I'm hitting up Dwayne. He is the El Chapo of hopium. So all them sharks, I do think it's possible things will pick back up again, but I also think we might have hit a peak in 2020 that we'll never see again. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for a while. All them sharks, it was the perfect storm of macro bull market, Bitcoin bull run, and metaverse narrative that happened in 2021, which was fantastic if you took some profit. I'm not delusional. Never expect SPS to hit $1 again. I want to disagree with that, just emotionally, but logically, I think you're right. I see flow. Also, what's up with his haircut? Man, you are obsessed with Dwayne. All right. So what do you see SPS going to? Can we do 25 cents? So I think the 22 to 23 cent range at this point in time with the amount that we have in circulation would actually be the all-time high, or we would get back to the all-time high in terms of overall market cap, right? That's how much SPS has been diluted since the last time we hit an all-time high, which was, $1 back in 2021. So if we were to go up to 22, 23 cents, 25 cents, we would actually be hitting new all-time highs in terms of the overall market cap for the game. Now that can reduce significantly if we burn a ton of SPS, but how much SPS are we going to burn before it starts going up in value and therefore, the burns become less effective? I have no idea. State of Survival, what is Rondon doing now, if not FPL TV? I think he still manages the town halls and town squares. Have you ever submitted a proposal? If you have a good idea, make a proposal. I have not. I would like to at some point, but I guess I just don't have any good ideas. Eventually, the timeline is questionable. I think SPS needs some tweaks to the tokenomics. I know you've been a big fan of the halving process, right, ICFlow? $700 vouchers. Oh, please. I would sell all of them. I would steal them from others and just sell them. I'll give Matt some time before I start suggesting major changes. All them sharks says, yeah, I wish we could get rid of vouchers too. Send me all your assets. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you here. Yeah, Dwayne had one, I think. Oh, with Stever82 talking about $100 SPS. I mean, look, if we could get there, don't get me wrong, that'd be fantastic. You can bet I'll be dumping all the way up to $100. I mean, I'll be dumping all the way up to 50 cents if we can get that high. But I don't know. I mean, at this point, what's interesting is, and actually I haven't done anything with this screen, so let's go check it out. Ooh, Echelon Prime, $3.34. Oh no! Oh, look at Echelon Prime dump today. Darkest, I don't know if you're still here, but man, might be time to buy some more. Let's see. Not financial advice. Let's go to GameFi. So you can see here current market cap for, let's look at something like Axie Infinity is still almost $600 billion. Gala is almost 600 million. Gala is 400 million. Illuvium's 233 million. Now keep in mind that we have over a billion, right? 1.1, maybe closing in on 1.2 billion. Let's be optimistic here. Let's say we get the flywheel started with SPS, with the launch of Land, with the launch of Rebellion, right? We actually need to burn some DEC or burn some SPS to get the amount of DEC needed. Maybe we can get it down to 1 billion, just for easy numbers here, right? Follow me. If we were to be on par with something like Illuvium with 1 billion tokens and a market cap of 233 million, that'd be a 23 cent SPS. So it's not out of the range of possibility. I mean, a 40 cent SPS would put us on par with Gala. A 60 cent SPS would put us on par with Axie Infinity. Are we actually there? I don't know, but I think we can be. I really think we can be. Again, it just depends on how, the team continues to deliver over the next 12 months. What did I skip? Was he ready to? All right, GFI Gaming, what's going on, guys? Best way to get large sums of DEC without paying too much fees and starting with fiat? I mean, OTC would probably be the best way. So if you can find someone selling a bunch of DEC. I mean, I'm not selling a bunch, but I'll sell you some. I take ice cream money out every week, so can get here and there, find a good deal. And no, guys, I mean, I don't even know if scams are happening, but I won't DM you first asking if you want to do a deal about for DEC. But I think most of you know how to get in touch with the real me through the Discord. And we can still have, obviously, someone third party it. I watch your videos, but I was unable to catch the live. I haven't commented on a few, but you rarely reply to comments. I try to get to as many as I can. I know I'm not the best, but I do try. Dwayne is the man. Love his content. He's extremely thorough with his thought process and is considerate to everyone's point of view. He's great for the SPL ecosystem. He's just a really cool human being. I got to spend some time with him at Splinterfest. Not enough, unfortunately, but he's one of the reasons that I'm in this game. I actually owe a lot to Bulldog and Dwayne because they were the only content creators when I started. I was binging all of their videos early on just to understand what was going on in the game. And I think it's awesome. I think it's great that now we've birthed like a ton of other content creators through the YouTube community that we have here. And then Splinterlands TV, you got a lot more people streaming now, especially because Splinterlands TV is done. You have all these streamers with, there's no organized structure, but they're all trying to keep their streaming schedule and keep the hype level up. So, I do get excited for whenever the next bull run comes around, that there's going to be a lot more resources, a lot of differing opinions, right? Because I don't agree with Dwayne on everything. I don't agree with Gank and Walking Keys on everything, or with Tails and Bulldog. But the wider diversity of opinions there are, I think it'd be better for people coming in. Virus is in the house. What is going on? Hello. Blockchain projects. How can you not be bullish on SPS? We only have 5,000 participants, more or less, at the moment. Imagine 50,000 or 500,000. SPS will be nuts. I will say this again. Let's keep it real for a second. I don't think we'll ever get like 1 million or even 500,000 people playing this game. But the lower the number of real players there are in Splinterlands, the more bullish I become. Just from an exponential success rate, because it's like, hey, if you have, I don't know, we'll call it 2,000 people playing right now, that have stuck around through the bear market. And some people might even say less, right? Some people are like, oh, there's only 600 real players or whatever it is. Well, imagine a 10x, right? Imagine like a 10x from 600 players is only 6,000 players. But if you imagine that 10x of demand coming into the ecosystem, right? That does a lot for the primary assets, but namely tokens, right? So SPS and DEC. And those are the only ones I care about, right? Cards are absolute garbage to me from an investment standpoint. And I talk about this all the time. So it's like, I want to see 6,000 people fighting for 400,000 SPS so that they can all play in Diamond and Champion. That would be pretty cool, because SPS would be very high at that point. Is it true the After Dark meetup is happening at Magic City in Atlanta? Yes, it is. Last weekend of October. So if you're going to be in Atlanta, hit me up. We'll let you know what's going on. Darkest Night says, I am. I forgot what I said, but I must be very behind on chat. Oh, only 5 minutes. Mondroid, yo. Who else is ready to go hard on Rebellion? Mondroid, I just got to say, I'm sorry. you know what? Let me not say it yet. I think I'm going to kick your ass in our fantasy football league this week because DJ Moore went off, but I don't want to jinx myself just yet. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But if I do win, GG's. I mean, if I lose too, I guess it's GG's. Do you see Forge recovering? It tanked real hard. Have you reached out to their team? No, unfortunately, one of the things that I do regret is the fact that I never fully got into Splinter Forge. I tried early on to get Rare Raptor on the channel, and then things just fell through. I did try the game. I actually love what their team is trying to do in terms of building something within the Splinterlands ecosystem. It's just I tried the game and it wasn't really for me. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. It's just too similar to the real one and to Splinterlands itself. And at that point in time, oddly enough, I was somewhat disillusioned with the game. I was just botting my account. So yeah, I never really went back to it. So to answer your question, do I see Forge recovering? I can't answer that question appropriately because I don't know what the tokenomics are. All I can tell you is when I tried to ask about the tokenomics of Forge, there weren't really any hard rules or a white paper or anything. So that's usually a red flag for me to think that this thing is going to get printed without any kind of like burn mechanism built in. That might have changed. So I want to be very, very clear right now. I'm not trying to spread FUD around that project, but I don't know what's happening with the Forge token, and I don't know what they're doing with it. Do I see it recovering? If they can figure things out, then maybe so. But I kind of wish they hadn't printed their own token. It would have been really cool if they had just used SPS and DEC. So Harry says, I'm going to slap Rebellion so hard like a pimp missing money. Plan on getting at least 100 packs. You need 4.2 million, says GFI Gaming. What is this in relation to? 4.2 million packs? Oh, 4.2 million DEC. You know what's funny is I have a good amount of DEC right now. I'm just not looking to take that much out of the game. Well, okay, yeah, maybe. I mean, feel free to ask around. Virus is in the same boat. I'm trying to scrounge up as much DEC and vouchers as I can right now, guys. I don't know if you saw, but vouchers are up like 15 to 20%. This thing was at 2.3 cents. It's up to 2.74. Hold on, let me get the math. Oh, 2.72. What's the exact math? So 2.72 over 2.3, 18% on just the last couple of days, or probably since the town square. I think Matt confirmed that vouchers are going to be involved there. So does make for an interesting thought, but there's not very much voucher liquidity. I don't know if I posted this video yet. I've been I'll be honest, I've been a little on fire with content lately. There's just been so many like ideas running through my head, and I just hit record whenever the ideas come in. So, oh no, when is this video dropping? Oh, I'll have it drop tomorrow morning. There's not much voucher liquidity out there at the moment. Now, that being said, it could, like, there's still a ton of vouchers out there in the ecosystem. So I think if vouchers were to do a 2, 3, 4x up to like 10 cents or something like that, I think a lot of people would come out of the woodwork and sell their vouchers. So it's just that there's low liquidity on the market right now. I think it would only it would take less than $6,000 to eat up all vouchers that are currently on sale, like significantly less than $6,000. And that would eat up, I think, 12 million vouchers or something like that. Or is it 12 million or 12,000? I don't know, whatever. Point being, there's not much liquidity out there, but there's going to be a lot more vouchers that come out of hiding as soon as, we get more details on Rebellion and Land. Japs Bunny, what's going on? I don't think we've ever spoken before. What if they remove rented cards in Modern? I don't think that they should or would do that. What would be the point? What kind of response are you trying to elicit here? Tails, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Fire says the rental market for Rebellion could be pretty good if pack sales are low and the pack flippers are not incentivized. Yeah, so again, just going back to the incentive structure that Matt's trying to create for Rebellion, I actually think that both the sale and rental market are going to have incredibly low liquidity. Now here's the thing. People will be incentivized, right? So this is where things get interesting. Let's say people buy only the packs that they need, and so therefore, they have their cards and whatever, so they don't have anything extra. They want to get their airdrop points and all that. What's going to happen is somebody's going to put out the Koa Lurker or the Yasik of, there won't be any legendary summers, but you get what I'm saying? Like the top cards out there are going to be renting at such a high premium that people are going to be looking at this and saying, well, maybe I do go buy another pack and see if I can pull a gold foil legendary or a legendary card. Whether to sell it, whether to rent it, whether to use it for, airdrops, whatever the case is. So cards have always kind of been my biggest investment, but I got in early and cards were all there really was. So I really do want to see the value of those go up. Yeah, I mean, I think your Hardy Stonefishes of the world will always struggle. Your Gargoyle will always struggle, but I wonder if Splinterlands can be successful enough in the next 24 months. And the reason I picked 24 months is because I think we could probably see like a 6-month period of sales for, and maybe not 24. Let's go with 18 months. A full year period of sale for Rebellion, and then 3 to 6 months off for that before we get the next set that would rotate Chaos Legion out of print. So it's like we'll just say, oh no, I'm not talking to you, Siri. We'll say early 2025, right? So hopefully after Rebellion is out of print. I don't know. I wonder if the player base would have grown enough that it would have eaten through all of the Chaos Legion cards. Not just that, right? So it wouldn't just be new players that want to be competitive in Modern, but Land would have probably eaten up all of the extra Chaos Legion cards. I think there's a good chance that can happen. Actually, let me not phrase it that way. That's a little too bullish. Logically, if things do go well, that is how I see it playing out. Meaning that land can come up and soak up a ton of Chaos Legion cards because nobody's going to want to use Rebellion cards. So it's like if land 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, whatever does come out by, say, December or January of 2025, December 2024 or January 2025, we could see land soaking up a ton of cards and Rebellion kind of being this set that's there, right? So yeah, I don't know if we'll end up seeing that, but who knows? All right, so Icy Flow, do we need to set up a mass purchase pool depending on what the sale terms are? Okay, so I'll say this: people have asked me several times if I was willing to run a bulk buy. I was not considering it. I didn't want to do it, but after seeing some of the details, I you know what? Let's save this for later. I think I might be interested in running one if people are interested. Again, I'm not going to buy a ton of packs, but like with all sales, there's going to be incentives for people that buy at the higher levels or higher quantities. So it could be something worthwhile. So GFI says, do you think any people on the credits rich list will use them to buy packs? That's a good question, GFI Gaming. Let's check that. I've never actually checked the credits rich list. All right, so SL Market, Steam Monsters. It's not that much. It's like $8,000, $9,000 for the top name here, or maybe $11,000 for Sea Germinator. Yeah, I mean, maybe they buy with some credits, but I don't think that this is going to do too much. If we look at the sum, what's the sum of this? So this is top 200 is 2 million credits? Yeah, 2 million credits, which is roughly $1 million, $2 million, we'll say. But the SL Market account has 1.1 million of that. The Steam Monsters account has another 800 million of that. So yeah, I don't think that there's going to be. I think people might, but I highly doubt that it's going to make any kind of impact. Oh my God, just look, 45 Fanny. Yeah, I know. He went insane. And I'm only in 2 leagues, but I have him in both, and I was very happy. Yesterday was a great sports night for me. Bears win, and my fantasy teams are off to a fantastic start. Whereas if there's a spot I need to be in fantasy league next year, I need some of the kind of league where I have a chance to be Montroid. Well, you should come join us. We were looking for people earlier this year. My bad if I guess I didn't ask anybody, but I will make sure to reach out to you next year, Virus. Agreed. So actually, if you want to know, if you've talked to Brave Tofu at all, or I think it's Topical Tofu on Twitter, either Brave Tofu or Topical Tofu. He's the one who sets up the leagues, so I'm not running them. I just joined. Right, so agreed. I'm sort of bullish on Rebellion. Much more likely to end up like Untamed than CL with all the new measures in place, and goes auto printer on the Bitcoin halving. Yep. I think and this is a parallel that I just thought of right now, but I actually think Rebellion can be very similar to Untamed in many ways, and whatever comes after that is actually going to launch in the heart of a Bitcoin bull run and could be like Chaos Legion. But as long as Matt sticks to his guns and, they've learned their lessons of not, overprinting an amount or, having a burn mechanism in place, things like that, I think they'll be good. How did everyone vote on the last 2 proposals? I don't know. I just voted everything positive, but I don't think they passed. Mondroid, I get that people are gun shy because of CL, but why are we have for CL? Because every other set did a 10x. Yeah. CL will be the outlier. Yep. It's the forgotten set. I got 10,000 vouchers. Oh, wow. Look at you. All right. Blockchain projects ready to make that flip. Or wait, blockchain project, are you planning to buy packs with those vouchers? Or are you planning to dump on someone else? Sounds weird when I say it like that, but you know what I mean. Tails got popcorn. Project's nice. When will nodes be activational? What were they for to begin with? Did Darkest Night lose money in selling his? I don't know about Darkest Night's finances, but I don't know when they'll be functional. It doesn't seem like they are a priority right now. What were they there for to begin with? I think they wanted to decentralize as much of the game as possible, starting with the tokens. So the node licenses, vouchers, and SPS are all under the jurisdiction of the DAO. But really, it's only the voucher tokens that have been migrated over to the SPS chain. We actually haven't gotten SPS on the SPS chain yet, which is ironic. Icy Flow, I need to fix my truck, so I have to DCA into Rebellion, but I can't find the part anywhere in the country. Wow. It's being investigated because it should have been recalled. Whoa. Jobby Santos, hey, is Rebellion already here? It is not, but it should be soon. So Rift Watchers packs could end up being a good buy and hold asset if any can. Everything is lining up in his favor. Tails, if you compare CL with what we know of Rebellion so far, nothing has changed except the promise of no bulk buy sales. That certainly does not guarantee any sort of price appreciation. Yeah. So Harris is curious to see what happens to Rift Watcher prices when Untamed leaves Modern. You know, Harry, I'm going to go with the bearish take on this. I don't think that the prices go up. I think right now, but I think the prices for Rift Watchers only go up if you get new players. I don't think that Rebellion in and of itself is going to bring in new players. I think Rebellion, through the flywheel mechanism, if we sell enough packs, that and land can burn enough SPS, create enough demand on SPS that we get the flywheel and SPS does a, I don't know, 5x or whatever, 4x, 3x, something that catches the attention of players potentially coming in, or we wait long enough for, Bitcoin halving and bull run. That will bring people in potentially who will then create demand for wanting to buy up. The only 31, core lurkers on the marketplace or aggro long tails. But until that, I don't think we see a spike in prices. If anything, I think what's been impressive is that a lot of the top cards here just hold their value. And my guess was we will see the cards hold their value, which wasn't the case with Chaos Agent. Because remember, Chaos Agent sold out in March, and we've continued to see drop after drop after drop for Chaos Agent. I don't know if we necessarily see that with Rebellion. But again, I'm not really thinking about like the external factors of, is the team going to stumble even more over the next couple of months that will cause more people to leave, therefore dumping their cards on the market? Richard Kimball. Oh, well, thank you, Richard. And you are RK3. Very cool. Thanks for being here. Virus says, Tails, I think there was a mention of difference in how airdrops will work. So if pack flipping isn't incentivized, then it also cuts out some of the inflation. Yes. In fact, I mean, Matt even said pack flipping is going to be disincentivized. What are the odds of happening first? Land 2.0 coming out or Taylor dumping Kelsey and writing a song about it? Man, she's just doing her research now, isn't she? Has she dated a sports or an athlete before? Could make for a fun song. Some, but I don't think 9 million packs were bought from the airdrop pack flippers this time around. I mean, didn't we sell 6 million packs by like the second hour of the general sale? Like that was actually insane. Now, I think there's a chance we don't even sell 6 million packs in total for Rebellion over the course of a year. But we don't have to. I think the goal is to get 2 million packs. Oh, hold on one second. Okay. Got that message going. All right. We'll see if Tete shows up Thursday. Oh, yeah. There's no Thursday night game. I also do have Mahomes on my team. So it's been a solid season so far. You know, I'm actually this is the crazy part. I'm one substitution away from being 4-0. I lost by 3 points one game because I started Romeo Dobbs over Nico Collins or something like that. So I could be 4-0 this season, which sucks, but you know, it's fantasy football. So what would you think about when the next set after Rebellion comes out, changing Modern to the last 3 sets instead of 2? I don't think I'd like that, GFI Gaming. I wonder if we would get to a point where there would be a third format rather than adjusting Modern. But it is an interesting thought. Let me put it this way. I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it in the sense that I could be sold on its merits and benefits. But right now, I don't necessarily see that. I wonder if it'd be more interesting to have like a third format that includes something else. So I think flipping will be will mostly be card based, not pack based this time. Yep, I flipped for land as it is non-inflationary for now. 9 million CL were bought by speculators who dumped when the going got tough. They're long gone now. It's just us diehard believers players left, says Mondroid. There were a lot of CL packs that just got bought up and then dumped on the market for all those airdrop cards, which now I think even a lot of those whales are still stuck with all these extra airdrop cards, especially since, I mean, yeah, the market's essentially died down for it. Basically, and I said this before, if Matt is effective in making it so that people only buy the packs that they need, I think Rebellion cards are going to be outrageously expensive on the secondary market and on the rental market, which in turn will force people, if they want to stay competitive, to go out and buy packs or open them from their reward chest. I wonder if that's going to be included. I mean, it should be, because that's what happened with Chaos Legion. So getting DEC to peg and staying there will give confidence to more people. This is done during the bear. It's only more impressive. Oh shoot, it's 10 o'clock already. All right, we'll probably end this soon, but it's been I wanted to come on and play some battles, but it's just been great conversation. So Team Phoenix Rising says, will we see an appreciation in card values? I watch your videos and you don't seem to understand that collectors would be more incentivized in collecting if they see appreciation through time. I understand that. I understand what collectors want, and I'm telling you, don't buy cards. I don't see cards as an investment class. So if you want to collect them because you want one out of X, cool. But just know that if you're going to buy a Pelacor Bandit or a Gargoyle Line, you're going to have a one out of however many million, 1.2 million or something like that. So yeah, this applies to anything from Splinterlands to Pokemon to Magic, Gathering, and NBA cards. Yep. So I don't care if pack sales are lower for Rebellion. It will be legit sales of who is playing the game and going to be here for the long haul. The ecosystem will be better for the long haul. Like I said, I really think the way that this is designed for Rebellion is going to be a net positive for the game. I think it'd be interesting if we had so many players that could do leagues for each set and only that set. Yeah, that'd be fun too. Team Phoenix, the deflationary way in which cards are combined or burned should have to lead to price appreciation. I don't understand why you are not for this. We can't have just mountains of worthless cards. Team Phoenix Rising, you say you watch my videos, but I'm going to call bullshit because you don't watch my videos. Because I don't care about this in the sense that I think we need to go out and do something. But I have made videos covering this because I'm trying to find an area in which we can get rid of all the useless cards. I've said it multiple times. So before you come on here accusing me of not understanding something, go watch the videos. Or don't accuse me. Either works. All right, Rebellion cards should have a very tiny PP on land. Well, did you see Cryptomancer's comments? It might be 0.5. Instead of a 1x multiplier. So all them sharks, I do think they should have card burning events. Card burning events would be cool. Virus actually talked me out of this today, or when was it? Today, yesterday, Virus, when we were chatting. Um, Again, like the card burning event, even though I voted for it, and I would still be for it if people wanted it, but like what we're doing by essentially burning cards for Riftwatcher packs is we are deflating cards that nobody wants, Hardy Stonefish, Gargoyle Line, for cards that people actually want. So it kind of devalues Riftwatcher cards. And again, 50,000 packs wasn't enough for me to think that's going to devalue Riftwatcher cards significantly, but I can understand the argument against it. I can understand why people voted against it. I would rather see long-term, and I've talked about this, I would rather see long-term card sinks. And I think the two that make the most sense to me, the first of which would be easily defined. It's just for every new reward set that comes out, if it's soulbound, in order to unlock the card, you need to burn an equivalent card from the past, right? So let's say there's these awesome, soulbound reward cards now. If I want to unlock them, well, now I need to go and buy the equivalent amount of BCX of a common card, right? And so where would people go? They would start with the cheapest Hardy Stonefishes, Gargoyle Lines in order to unlock them. And at this point in time, that would clear out a ton of penny cards from the market. You burn all those older cards, you actually give them value, because then all of a sudden they're going to have some scarcity. At some point, people will stop burning Hardy Stonefishes, and then Team Phoenix Rising gets what he wants, where these cards actually become somewhat scarce in value. So that's something that I propose out there. I think would be a good idea. The other one is whether it's guilds or land. I would love to have like a sacrificial altar or something where you have infinite card burning or card staking or something like that, where people can just throw cards into this pit, bottomless pit, that gets them a fractional share of some kind of reward that does something. I don't know what that ends up looking like. Maybe Matt can integrate it for Land 2.0. Because like that would be interesting. What if there was a building in Land 2.0 where a specific resource, like maybe there's like a I don't know what we should call it, like magic blood resource, right? That you can only get from burning cards at the altar. and so much of this is given out. Maybe there's only like 100,000 blood given out every month, right? I don't know what you want to call it. We already have bloodstones, but you get what I'm saying. 100,000 blood resource that's given out, and your percentage is based on how many cards you've burned versus how many cards everybody else has burned. People would just be sweeping the floors of all these garbage cards and throwing them in there. I don't have a question. Go to bed. Oh, thanks. I'm tired. Oh, hell yeah, I'd burn Pellicorus to unlock the soulbound ones. Yeah, see, there you go. All right, Harry, thanks for asking everyone to punch the thumbs up button. All right, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. The cards that are good, though, like Deep Lurker, would end up not getting burned and have a way higher print rate than the junk cards. Yeah, so Virus, I mean, I don't disagree with you on that, but I'm also okay with that because Deep Lurkers have kept their value. And at some point, what if we burn enough Hardy Stonefishes that like the Hardy Stonefishes are the same price as a Deep Lurker? Even though there's like 10x the amount of Deep Lurkers, people might then start burning Deep Lurkers, right? So again, I think the market would balance itself out, but it has to be something that has a long-term kind of solution to this. So whether it's the reward cards or whether it is whether it's the reward cards or whether it is the other thing, infinite card staking, burning, whatever, I think either would be ideal. Okay, what do I want to do? Oh, well, a bunch of chat just came in. Why not just infinite burn mechanism to the team? I don't have to. I mean, Aggie was talking about infinite monster staking when they were talking about all that guild stuff. So I know that they're thinking about it. It's just a matter of like, will they actually implement it? And this is another thing I'm really disappointed on. Remember, like at the beginning or at the end of last year, they talked about this whole guild alliance thing. Then it got scaled down to new guild buildings, and all this was supposed to come by Q2. Yeah, well, it's not even on the roadmap anymore. So my hope is that we get it in Q1 of 2024. So maybe we'll have some kind of infinite burn mechanism, if not on land, then maybe through guild buildings. The question is if raising the floor on junk cards is useful for anything. Fair enough. So do you see any price appreciation for good cards such as Cora Lurker or Queen Mycelia? I understand junk cards will have a hard time appreciating. Do you see any price appreciation? That's almost like, am I predicting card values to go up? Again, I think it's very simple. More players come into the game, finite amount of assets, card values go up. I think the only way more players come into the game is not through marketing, not through Brave ads, even though that's how Darkest Night came in, right? But I think it's like the way to get a significant, impactful amount of players to come in is SPS going to the freaking moon. And it doesn't even need to go that high of a moon. I mean, even a 10-cent SPS from here, like if we can get to 10 cents by the end of the year with the launch of Land, Rebellion, maybe Soul Keep, I think people will look at that and be like, holy crap, this token is up like, 6-7x over the last 3 months. We're just getting started into the bull run. Maybe this is time when I come in and speculate. Maybe let me check out what's going on in Splinterlands. Oh, they just released Land. Oh, they just released Rebellion. So I like to see a series of promo cards where you have to burn a max common to unlock level 2. Ooh, this is another idea. And this is actually something I think the DAO could recommend, or the DAO could commission. So I would be open to putting forth a proposal for this. And someone's screaming. I would be open to doing a proposal for this in terms of another, Ruse 2.0, but instead of burning vouchers, we burn cards. I actually think that would be better than the Rift Watcher packs, and be better than like a raffle in which people want to, want to do whatever. Because think about it this way, right? And I know, Virus, this doesn't answer your question, but I'm just saying, like, how much would you pay for a common card if it was a common promo card and it required, let's say, you to burn 5 cards per BCX? You could clear out, that's 5 cents per BCX, right? But you could clear out, was it 5 times 400? For each like max copy, you'd be able to clear out 2,000 cards. Is that significant? I don't know. How many players do we have in the game? Maybe this wouldn't be worth their time. 2,000 times... Oh, wait, whoops. Yeah, 2,000 BCX times how many players? I mean, let's just say 1,000 players. Oh, no, that's 2 million BCX. that would barely clear out Gargoyle Lion. Or I think Gargoyle Lion's at, what, 1 million BCX or so far? Or 1 million cards. Yeah, so maybe that's not the best idea. But it could be cool. It could be it could be a small part of something bigger. My Valor nodes are disagreeing every day. I'm disappointed. Well, you know what? They're still giving you rewards. And guess what? You have to do nothing in order to earn that. They'd never do that because there's no revenue attached to that. Yeah. Then DEC. Then charge a DEC fee burn half and team revenue the other half. I'm not opposed to that. I don't mind the team getting some revenue. Keegs, what's going on? Yeah, I'm actually just about to hop off. But this has been fun. I should be back on Sunday, and I will set up some tournaments for Sunday morning per the usual time. But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. If you missed it at the beginning, I did tease. I did tease something. There's nothing that I actually teased, but I'll just say it again for everybody who missed the first part of the stream. All I'm going to say, because I can't share any details, is that I got to see a sneak peek of the post for Rebellion. It's long, it's thorough, there's a lot of things in there. And as somebody who has been a little disillusioned, a little frustrated, a little disappointed with a lot of the things that the team has done, I have a very high sense of appreciation for how Matt is approaching the Rebellion sale. I am very excited for it. I'll tell you this right now. It hasn't changed my mind in the sense of like, I'm going to go out and buy 1,000 packs. I'll buy a couple, right? Just to be part of it. But I'm very excited for what it's going to do, A, to the game, and B, to the economy. I think it's going to incentivize a lot of people to buy. And well, not even that. I already know a lot of people are going to be buying just because they've reached out to me and told me. So I'm looking at this and saying like, man, if the pre-sale sells 100,000, 200,000 packs, like, again, that might be on the low end. That's like 800 million DEC right there, which is crazy, right? So we could start to see some cool things happen with the flywheel just from initial hype. And, if it plays out and Matt ends up being effective in terms of disincentivizing, the devaluation of cards and packs on the secondary market with the new airdrop mechanics, I think there will be a steady flow of pack sales, which could be good, right? People will be earning in the game. They'll probably be selling their SPS, but maybe we get to a point where people are earning their SPS and they don't want to sell it for DEC because it's more profitable for them to actually burn it for DEC, which could be a great thing in the future. But obviously we have a little bit of a ways to go until that actually happens. But the 1-2 punch with Rebellion and Land, assuming we get Land sometime this year, I think could be a fun thing. I'll just say I'm super excited for where Splinterlands could be by the end of the year. So I'm getting hyped. I'm not FOMOing, but I am getting hyped about a lot of the stuff that will be happening. And there's gonna be some good stuff. As somebody who like puts on tournaments often, I want to continue doing that. In fact, maybe even do it more once Rebellion is out, because I think there'll be a little bit more of an even playing field with a new modern format. And I think Rebellion is just gonna, the new mechanics for Rebellion are just gonna add a nice variety to the overall game. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I guess I'm tired, so you can already hear it in my voice. I'll catch you all on Sunday. I might stream on Twitch tomorrow, do some parallel with Darkest Night. So if you want to come say hi over there, it's at This Is Aftersound. But have a good night or good morning. Enjoy the weekend. See y'all later. Peace.